Hello, everyone. Yeah, welcome. If you can hear me, please let me know. So excited about tonight. Anybody here? Wow, what a great time it's going to be today. Glory. Awesome. You're welcome. Right, while we wait for others to join, I'm just going to keep playing the song for the moment. So wherever you're joining us from, you're welcome. So great to have you. It's going to be an awesome time today. Please, if you can hear me, let me know. If you can hear me, let me know.
Are you a STEM professional and are looking to apply for U.S. permanent?
Okay. If you can hear me, let me know. You want to use the chat box. You're welcome. Great. You're welcome. You're welcome to Reprogramming Your Consciousness for Effective Living 2024. All right, this is supposed to be our private coaching call with those in our community, but we decided to extend it to everybody. So regardless of what you are doing, it's going to be a very great time, and I want you to open your heart, be ready to learn, be ready to receive light in the course of this teaching. All right, I believe you are with your pen, with your paper. You didn't just come here, just to be here. It's going to be a transformative time, so you are welcome. I want us to engage. So awesome. So we are going to be listening to a song even as we begin. I am loved by God. Awesome. Ofemi. It's a song by T.Y. Bello and Angelo and Gaze Baba. You can just vibe in. If you can hear the sound, let me know in the comment section. Only you be fit to go down to the depths of hell to rescue me. You might be wondering why we're doing this. Right? It's just to reassure us of the consciousness of who we are from your love. Yeah. You are welcome. So we're going to be diving right into the session now. We're going to be diving right into the session. Like the theme is reprogramming your subconscious for effective living. Reprogramming your subconscious for effective living. So you might be wondering, okay, what is this about? Why this topic? um we The truth is, we were all created by God. Or when God created everyone, he didn't create some people to be poor. He didn't create some people to be less. He didn't create some people to be rich. Like this set of people, they're going to be rich, while this set of people, they're going to be poor. Or this set of people, they're going to be average. This set of people, they're going to be mediocres. Or this set of people, they're going to be creative. God didn't create humans with that segregation. I believe we're together. Yes. So you weren't born, to be less, to settle for less. You weren't born to be average, to be content with the normal. You weren't born to not reach out for more. So how does okay, moving on. So you might be wondering, okay, then what's reprogramming? What was it about? Right. So the next thing I want us to also know is everyone created, when you were born, it is like you were a new sheet, you were a clean sheet, right? Clean sheet. But from your babyhood to your childhood to your teenagehood till your adulthood, depending on the age you might be currently, right? So from your babyhood, your childhood, teenagehood to adulthood, you were exposed to certain things. So the things that you saw, that you heard, that you experienced, that you were exposed to, these things, they were informations that were passed into you, they were imputed into you growing up. And whether you know it or not, they have an effect in your life. They have an effect in your life. So, for instance, if you grow up in an environment where people are audacious, your parents were people that no, they were audacious, they were always going for things, always doing great things. You were not exposed to a life of scarcity, so to say, right? So your natural habitat will be abundance, right? Your natural habitat will not be, you won't struggle, you won't be struggling, you won't see struggle as a part of you. Why? Because that's what you were exposed to growing up. For instance, something happened today in the kind of area that we currently live in Nigeria, and I don't know if there are people watching from different parts of the world, but currently in Nigeria, myself and my husband were talking about something today, and he said how that when when the electricity is restored, for instance, in some places in Nigeria, um, because we are because some are constantly used to not having electricity. So when there is electricity, you rejoice and celebrate it like it's a big deal, like it's a privilege. Whereas there's some people, in another location, that they were consistently, like, light is just the order of the day. So just like there was a particular woman we went to visit, some time before we got married, and she was saying how that, when before they gave birth to their child, they had to install solar because they didn't want their child to be exposed to certain realities. So there was a day that the child went to stay with another person, and when I think something happened, there was no light. The child was literally crying, right? She was crying, and the people were confused, like, what's going on? Why is this girl crying? They couldn't relate. Only for them to call the mom and told her the situation, that, oh, your baby is crying, we don't know what's wrong with her. And they mentioned that there was no light. They say, oh, that is it, she's not used to that kind of light, though she's in Nigeria. But because they were consistently always having light by virtue of they use solar, so she was not exposed to that reality. So now, not seeing light, not seeing, there was darkness everywhere. So seeing that, she was just crying. Why? Because it was strange to her. Yeah, some of us are laughing. It was strange to her. So that could happen because from her babyhood, even before she was born, her parents prepared for her coming, and they already planned that they didn't want her to be exposed to certain things. So that lifestyle, but some people, I'm telling you, so that lifestyle, it already communicated something to her. So there was a programming already that there is always light. She does not know what darkness is. The child does not know what up Nepal for those in Nigeria, or down Nepal. The child doesn't know what that is. Do you see that? And that's just the power of your programming. Like I said, I'm going to reiterate again. Many people, when you were born, you were not destined, or God didn't say this set of people they're going to be the one that will be successful. Why this set of people are not going to be successful? It is what you are exposed to, what you have heard, what you have seen, what you have experienced that affects the kind of life that you live. So from your babyhood, the things that you continually heard, the things that you continually saw, the things that you were continually exposed to, continually experienced, those things were stored in the recesses of your mind and it became a part of you. It became so some people, they are used to, for instance, that everybody can relate with the light, because for those in Nigeria we can relate with it, right? So for instance, if you grew up in an environment where there was perpetually no light, and you are now trying to, you now move to another location that there is always light, it will take a while for you to adjust because you are used to there not being light. So when there is light, for instance, you are and you are so anxious, you are so happy, excited, but with time, when you begin to adjust, when you begin to get used to this new way of life, then there will be adjustment, then there will be a change. Are we together? I believe that that's very clear. Yeah, so there is a conditioned reality and there is a God intended reality. There is a conditioned reality and there is a God intended reality. So we must come to that place where we do not just live our life based on how we have been conditioned, how we are raised, what we are exposed to, the kind of education that we got. So we must not just live our life based on that. There is a need for us to come into the light of God's intended reality for us. And that is what this meeting is about. God's intended reality versus conditioned reality. They are two different words entirely. I believe we're together. Yes. So you're now wondering that what's the link between subconscious and my reality? Okay, the English is bogus. I'm going to be breaking it down to us now. So the subconscious is like a huge memory bank with unlimited capacity. Your subconscious is a huge memory bank with unlimited capacity. I think it was Maxwell that said that if you are at age 21, you would have stored up to more than 100 times of an encyclopedia. For those who know what an encyclopedia is, so at age 21, you would have stored up information, data that is 100 times more, that is 100 times of an encyclopedia. Did we get that? Yes. So your subconscious function is to receive, is to store and retrieve data. Your subconscious I called it the invisible part of you that affects or influences your visible, but comes from the conscious. It is the invisible part of you that influences the visible, but it comes from the conscious. Are we together? I hope the English is very, very clear. I believe like we are getting what I am saying. Yes. And for instance, if you have constantly given yourself to, there's an example I gave in our community some time back, for someone that's always watching maybe some videos or always reading news about accidents. Hey, accidents from when you were young, the kind of area you grew up in, you're always hearing about how that this man went out, he fell down, he broke his leg, or your parents will tell you that don't travel in the night because also things happen to somebody, or there was an accident, a crash somewhere, and 200 people died. If you constantly heard those kind of things, there is high tendency that you will be, when there is, maybe you are on a journey and there is just a slight turbulence, your reaction is going to be that you are thinking, God should save you, don't have accident. Why? Because that is what you have constantly seen, that's what you have constantly heard, that's what you have constantly given yourself to. So you'll be somehow you may feel that, I'm not. Sometimes we confess and say, oh no, I'm not afraid, I'm this and that. But when we are faced with certain situations, it reveals what we truly believe. It reveals what has really been programmed inside of us. So that subconscious, your subconscious is that part of you that receives data from what you see, from what you hear, from what you speak to yourself. So if you're always telling yourself, oh, I'm a failure, I'm not a failure. let me not even use that example. I'm not a failure. If you're always telling yourself, you are not good enough, you can't do this, I am the best, right? I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm a success. I'm wealthy. I'm beautiful. Somebody asked a question about how to build one self-esteem. Yes, it's by knowing you and building who you have been called to be by God. So if you're always saying, for instance, you are not good enough, this thing is not for you, I don't deserve this and that, you will notice you won't be able to do things in line with that. When you are given the opportunity, for instance, to do something, because you have constantly told yourself, I'm not good enough, or you are not good enough, or I can't do this, you won't be able to execute. Why? Because and the reason why you are not able to execute is not because that ability to do it is not in you. It's just because you have been conditioned by perpetually and consistently saying those things. I believe we are getting what I'm saying. Yes. Yes, I believe our eyes of understanding is being enlightened. Yes, I believe we are getting what I'm saying. So when you are 21, you have permanently stored data. Data here, what you say, what you see, what you hear, what you are exposed to, what you experience. That's why somebody hurts you, or you love a guy and maybe you broke up, or the guy broke your heart or something. The next thing you are doing, because your subconscious have stored that pain, and because you didn't deal with it, it stored that pain. And next time you are supposed to go into maybe another relationship that is supposed to lead to marriage, your response, your reaction is, I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing this again. I'm not interested. Men are scam. But men are not scam. There are good men out there. There are good men out there. That's what you have stored from that experience in your subconscious. So your subconscious affects, though it takes its data from the conscious. So the conscious here is what you see, what you hear, what you say. For some people, they'll be saying that um they will be saying that maybe they can't have millions or something, and they will continually keep watching things, oh my god, that brings them to that place of mediocrity, things that exposes them to mediocrity. They will continually watch things or read things that will keep sponsoring that lifestyle. I believe we are still together. Yes. So I think John C. Maxwell also said that your conscious is the gardener, while your subconscious is the soil, because it receives, it stores. So if you keep sowing weeds into your subconscious, that's what you are going to reap. If you sow flowers, you're going to get a beautiful garden full of roses. Yeah, did you hear that? So if you keep sowing weeds, keep sowing negativities, keep sowing wrong ideologies, keep sowing different sort of mindset that is not in alignment with your destiny, that's what you're going to reap. So those things are storing in your subconscious. They are storing in your subconscious. They are storing in your subconscious. All right, so moving on. But a time has to come, right, in a man's life that he begins to feel that there is a pull. I believe there may be one or two persons there that you just feel that, oh, there is more to my life. I don't know what's going on. And there's just a tension inside of you. There is just this pull that I want to press for more. I don't want to settle for less. I want to be more. I want to fulfill destiny. I want to walk in my highest potential. I want to die empty. There might be a one or two people here that's been your current experience. There's just this nudge, there's just this feeling of unsatisfaction that no, I don't want to say, I want to go, that I want to press for more. There is more to me. There is more to me. My generation, they need to be blessed by what God has blessed me with. There might be that noggin, that nudge, that tug in your heart. So when that happens, it is a sign that yes, you are beginning to realize that your current or existing conditioning is not in alignment, is not enough to take you to that fulfillment of destiny. So when that nudge begins to happen, you can either do any of these three things. You can either choose to cower in, that is, just say no, let me just continue with this life I'm living, let me just move on, let me just, I don't mind, I don't care. You can choose to just cower in. Why? Because you want to stay in your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is that place of that state of mediocrity, that state of settling for less, that state of not going for more, that state of settling with average, that state of I just want to just live, have a good life and just die, right? That's your comfort zone. So some people want to settle with that comfort zone. So when that tug for that nudging is being stirred in them, like there is more to you. So because they prefer, they are used to that life, so they cower in, they shy away from giving themselves to what is required to birth them into the new. So you can either choose to cower in, or you can choose to ignore it. Some people will just ignore it, they don't care. They just move on with their life and just go like that, right? You can choose to ignore it, or you can choose to address it, pay attention, take a pause, reflect. For why am I experiencing this feeling? Why am I feeling dissatisfied? That's you address. That is you paying attention. Why am I feeling dissatisfied? Why am I yearning for more? Why do I just want more? Why don't I want to settle with what everyone is, what is convenient, what is comfortable? Yes, just living life by and by. Why don't I want to continue with this? Is there more that I'm here to see? Are there new things I'm meant to see? So when you begin to ask those questions and you begin to pay attention, that you're on the way to reprogramming your consciousness. So, and this is where reprogramming comes in. So reprogramming suggests to us that there is an existing or current way of programming, like I've explained to us before, that is a result of what we have, the data we have imputed into ourselves, or that has been imputed into us, because growing up you might not have control over your environment, you might not have control over the things that you heard, you might not have control over the things that you saw, right? Yes, you might not have control over it. You are not the one that you didn't have control over the kind of parent that you had. Some people, they had parents that were always talking them down, while some people had parents always building them up, always telling them that, oh, you can do this, I'm proud of you, my son, my daughter. Some people had that experience, why some don't. So you might not have control over what you might have been exposed to, what is responsible for your current reality. You might not have control over it. But you have control over tomorrow. You have control over your future. You have control over the decisions you make now, the kind of life that you begin to recreate now. So reprogramming suggests that there is a current and existing way of conditioning that we have observed, we have evaluated, we have seen, and we have concluded that it is not in tandem with our original design. So that is where reprogramming comes in. It starts from you observing, evaluating, seeing, and concluding that no, this the kind of life I'm living now. Oh no, there is more to me. This is not all that there is to me. I'm living less of who I'm meant to be. There is more. There is more. I'm not a weakling. No, I'm not dull. No, I'm intelligent. I'm smart. I'm wealthy. I deserve good things. I desire good opportunities. Yes, I can do this. I can do this program. I can have this company. So that's what reprogramming is about. Having seen that this can't take me to my Jerusalem, to my promised land, there is a need for me to reprogram. That's why you program, because you have been programmed in a way. So there's a need for you to alter it and take a U-turn. A total overhauling of how I used to think, which affects how I see life, which affects the kind of actions I take. That's reprogramming. So for those who are into tech, you might be able to relate more with that programming language. Yes. I believe we are still together. So it is important that this process of reprogramming, it is going to cost you. Somebody say it will cost me. It is going to cost you. It is going to cost you your old. Your old is your current that you want to say goodbye to in order to be able to enter the new. It's going to cost you your old. It's going to cost you some mindsets. You have to say goodbye to some mindsets. You have to say goodbye to some thinking patterns. It's going to cost you some relationships. There's some kind of people that whenever you are around them, they're always saying negative things. Did you hear what happened yesterday? This person killed this person. Did you see what happened yesterday? Something happened. Did you see what? It is going to cost you some kind of relationship. I don't want to jump ahead of myself. When we get to the place of talking about how to reprogram, then I'm going to go into that in detail. So it will cost you some relationship. Next thing is also going to cost you being understood. I remember when God began to expose me to certain light when I was younger, growing up, or when I gained admission to the university, and I began to know, there is more to life. I can enjoy this thing in God. There is this benefit in God. This is the life in God. My God, I've been missing a lot. And coming to and the kind of area I grew up, the kind of environment, they didn't really have that kind of exposure. So at first, when I began to see that, oh, this girl is expressing a transformation, there was a fight. Everybody kept saying this girl is proud, because I was disagreeing with their way of thinking, with their way of seeing life. I was disagreeing. So maybe before, I used to sit with a particular relative that will talk about us men, why men are bad, men are do this, men did this rather, men are this, men are that. Before you even marry a man, you have to test him. She told me that. When I saw that this kind of conversation is not going to lead me to somewhere reasonable, I had to, with wisdom, just withdraw. So it's going to cost you some relationships. You love them, but you have to say goodbye to them. It's going to cost you being understood, because they are not privileged to come into the kind of knowledge, the kind of understanding, the kind of light that you have received, that you are receiving, and they may not be able to relate with what you are saying, and that is going to lead to them fighting you. Like, what is wrong with him? Are you the only one? Why is your own is too much? Yeah, they're going to tell you your own is too much. Oh, is it because you went to school now, you can't rest? You are feeling yourself and stuff like that. It's going to cost you being understood. It is going to cost you being understood. And when you embark on this journey, there's going to be resistance at first. But that resistance is a marriage if you can really press through it. It's a marriage if you can press through it. My God. It's a marriage. If you can press through it, you're going to enter into a new world of possibility, a new world of living, a new world of getting things done, a new world of fulfillment, a new world of peace, a new world of living, effective living. Are we together? Yes. So, and your subconscious, because it is not used to because it is used to that a particular way, and you are trying to take a detour from the usual, your subconscious is going to still fight you. So the people that are the resistance you are going to experience is internal and external. So I mentioned the external, friends, relationships, being understood, those are the external. But the most important one is the internal one. That your mind, maybe you are used to doing things in thousands before, and you feel there is more. I'm breaking into millions or billions. There will be an initial resistance from your subconscious, from the inside, because it is used to thousands. So when you're not trying to reach for millions, there will be a tension. There will be a tension. There will be a tension. But you now have the decision to either press through, to either push through, or allow that initial tension to keep you from pressing into what you are supposed to press into. There's going to be a tension. There's going to be a resistance, both internally and externally. I believe there are those who are ready, to take on the fight. I believe there are those who are ready, that are listening to me, that are ready to press for more. You are not giving up. You are not saying, we're not of them that turn back. No, we are not giving up. We are pressing into all we are created, all we are ordained to be. Sometimes when it comes to you releasing your creativity, there is initial fear that will I be accepted? Will people love what I'm doing? Will people listen to me? Right? Am I going to have partners? Is it going to travel? Is it going to travel around? Will I be able to make impact? There are a lot of things that comes up in your heart. But if you don't allow it to stop you, you'll be amazed, you'll be shocked. There was one of my friend, so I responded to it. I saw his status during the week, and I just responded. I said, I love checking your status. Why? Because I'm always seeing things in millions. This one millions, that one this million, 150 million, this one that million, everything every time million. I said I love checking your status. And he said that initially when he started, that line of business, he was told, he was challenged that, who are you that you want to start something in millions? Why would you want to go into billions? People said things to him, but he stood his ground and he stayed with it, and what he did it. So I asked him that, okay, since you have embarked on this, have you ever um like getting results in, like, getting profit in millions? Have you ever, at least seen yields from what you are doing? He said 100, no, 1000%. Yes, that was said. He said 1000%, beyond what he could have imagined. My God, he has gotten 1000%. It worked 1000%, and that's because he stayed with it. Because people, maybe those around him, were not used to that kind of figure, or that kind of idea that, hey, millions, you are going to sweat, you are going to struggle. Some people believe, if they've not struggled, they don't feel that they are doing anything yet. Some people believe in struggle. They're so used to that kind of life that ease is alien to them. Ease is alien to them. Some people feel I have to struggle. Of course, there's a place of hard work, there's a place of diligence. Well, if some people get results without some level of labor and struggle, they won't believe it. They won't their heart can't conceive it, because they are used to struggle. Where they are from, struggle everywhere. But there is a new reality. Somebody said there is a new reality. 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 So your subconscious will try to keep you in your comfort zone. Oh no, don't go this further. You are our party now. Why do you want to change? Let's stay here. This is what you have been used to since over 20 something, 30 something, 40 something year, whatever age bracket that we might be in. This is what you have been used to now. How will you say that this thing you have been used to is not the right way of living? Your subconscious will want to challenge it. Your subconscious will want to challenge it. So it will try to keep you in your comfort zone. And when you decide to stay, to agree, to accept, what is going to happen is that you are going to underutilize the graces, the abilities, the potentials, God's ordained purpose for you. When you give in, you will underutilize his grace, his ability, his intention, his purpose for you. You're going to underutilize it when you give in. So I believe that those who are not going to give in this place, we are not giving in. We are going all out. We are going all out for fulfillment. My God, do you know how that joy you feel when you see somebody, maybe God has anointed you for something, and people are benefiting, they are being blessed by that anointing? Do you know that sense of fulfillment that comes from it? So we are not underutilizing. No, we are not. We are not underutilizing. So it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of humility and flexibility, to go on this path of reprogramming. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of humility. That humility that you're able to see that, okay, you're able to accept, having evaluated that, the way I've been living, oh no, this is not just it. And you are humble enough to not just acknowledge it, but also turn aside. To be able to acknowledge that, okay, what I thought I have known was not what is needed for my destiny. It was not what, is going to, is not what is going to, is not what will enhance my destiny fulfillment. It takes a lot of humility to do that. It takes a lot of humility to do that. So you might want to stay in your pride because you are used to a way. People have known you in a certain way. And when you see that there is a need to change, I don't know, whoever, my God, I just hope, let's just ask for grace. Let's ask for help. Let's ask for grace. Ask for help. Let's ask for grace. Let's ask for help. It takes a lot of humility. So people, because of pride, people have known me this way. God might even be calling some people into an uncharted land, into a different thing entirely. But because they've known them to, they are just this kind of person. This is just the thing they give themselves to. I don't want to mention anything, right? Because I don't want to talk down any area or something. So some people, because people are used to seeing you this way. But when there is a calling, there is a nudge of purpose in you to go into this. So because you are used to this and you want to preserve your ego, preserve your image, you don't want people to say, you don't want people to talk. So you stay there. You stay there. And God do not have no choice but to look for another man. Somebody say, not me. Not me, not me, not me. So it takes humility, it takes courage, boldness, audacity to say, I have been living this way, never again. For those who have been procrastinating, from childhood to teenagehood, to babyhood, to teenagehood, to adulthood, they are used to procrastination. When they are told to do a thing, their first response is, oh, I can't do this, or I won't do it now, I will do it later. When their mom tells them, or their dad tells them to do something, say, okay, mom, I'll do it later. Their word has always been later. So they are used to later, 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 later. And when God is bringing things to them that is supposed to be for now, they will say, God, later. Hey, not me. So it takes a lot of courage, boldness, audacity, humility, and flexibility. You have to be flexible and flexibility to go on the path of reprogramming. So resistance, both internally and externally, with courage, you're going to face it. You have to face it with courage, with audacity. You have to face it. So people will always say, and the people that we always say is including you yourself. So because now when we say that, people say, the people is not just anybody, it's you. So people are used, they always say, people, when you tell them to, okay, list those people that are saying we always say, list them. They won't be able to mention any name. But the people that are saying we always say, it is they themselves. Because if you, so person is doing this, how will they look at me? So person is doing this, how will they look at me? The person is you. The person is you. So you must come to that point where you set your face like a flint and say, no, I'm going for this, I'm going all out, I'm doing this, I'm expressing all God has given to me, my giftings, my abilities, my potentials. I am dying empty. I'm not going back to my creator with what he has given me to be a blessing to the world. I am not going back with them. I'm not. If it tells me to write a book, I write it. If it tells me to sing a song, I sing it. If it tells me to create an invention, I create it. If it tells me to have school, I'm going to establish it. If it tells me to do outreaches, I'm going to do it. If it tells me to pray, I'm going to pray, intercede. If it tells me to evangelize, I'm going to do it. If it tells me to open that company, start that business, start that company, I'm going to do it. We are dying empty. I'm not saying we are dying now. We are dying empty. We are not going back to God, and he's looking and saying, this particular problem, for instance, for those in Nigeria, I believe a larger percent of us are in Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian proudly, right? We are seeing the thing that is happening, but in the midst of it, God can give you solutions. There's a particular one of my dearest baby girl on her status. She has been posting about stories of African people that started business. Those people, they started because there was a problem. The same problem that some people complain about is the same problem that they saw opportunities in. The same problem that some people are complaining about is the same problem, the same issues that they saw opportunity in, and it inspired them to birth an idea. It inspired them to birth an idea. The same problems, the same challenges, the same issue that people were seeing and complaining about, crying about, they saw it and they saw opportunities in them and they birthed it. They birthed it. Right? Are we saying that? They birthed it. Yes. So and I was God told me some time back that there are three categories of people. There are those who create, there are those who create systems, there are those who shape systems, and there are those who conform to systems. Whether you know it or not, every human, every individual is in a category. Either a creator of system, oh no, you are the inventor, you are creating new things. The same way some people will sing a song or do a dance in a music video and does that one dance, they created or invented the dance, and millions, thousands of people are dancing the dance. Right? Those are creators, and they are shapers. of system. That those are so that, oh, this system is not doing well. Media, academics, religion, there is a need to address social thing in this. They shape it. While there are those who conform to systems, the what is saying this, they flow with the child. They only complain, they only nag, they only cry, but they do nothing about it. They don't create it, they don't create anything, they don't shape anything. The only thing they do is they just conform. So which category do you fall under? Finally, we are going to be talking about the practical things to do to reprogram your subconscious for effective or purposeful living. Practical things to do. One, upon seeing that there is a need for you to change, there's a need for you to experience transformation, the first thing to do is to decide that, yes, having seen this, I'm making this decision to change, to go the path of change. Yes, there's going to be resistance. Yes, there's going to be tension. Yes, I might not feel comfortable about it. Yes, it's going to cost me, but I'm deciding. It starts with a decision first. You have to be willing. It starts with a decision first. If that decision is not made, everything I'm saying is money is not going to bring about anything. You have to make that decision. You have to decide that not anymore. I want to be intentional about my life. I want to be intentional about my growth. I want to be intentional about living a purposeful and effective life. I want to be intentional. So it starts from there. You deciding, having seen that where what I've always believed can't take me to God's, it can't bring me to the fullness of God's intention for me. There is a need for me to recalibrate. That's our next program. It's coming up in March, and we have a special guest. My God, it's going to be a disruptive conversation. Ooh, yes, it's going to be a disruptive conversation. So in the month of March, we are having a webinar. Just be on the lookout. It's going to be a disruptive conversation. The person, the guest speaker, my God, is one I know that is a radical thinker. It's going to be a disruptive conversation. Just look, anticipate it. I already said the theme for our next program. Awesome. Be expectant. All right. So I was saying that you have to decide that you are going to push through the tension. You are going to push through that feeling of uncomfortability, if there's anything like that. You have to decide that you're going to push through it. You're not going to allow it stop you. You're not going to allow it stop you. Why? Because someone said the pain of growth or the pain of success is better than the pain of regret. Take a moment to think about it. The pain of success, the pain of fulfillment, the pain of growth is better 100 times better than the pain of regret. Feeling that I could have done this, I could have written this book, I could have invested in myself, I could have been intentional, I could have been serious. I could have fulfilled my destiny. I could have obeyed those instructions. I could have given myself to mentorship. I could have. My God. Which do you prefer? The pain of regret or the pain of success? The choice is yours. So, having decided, you have to also know that, like I said before, it's going to cost you leaving the known. It means you are leaving what you are used to, leaving the known for the unknown or for the new, leaving the known for the new. My God, it's going to it won't be initially easy. So if you say that it's going to be easy initially, it's a lie, right? It won't be initially easy because you are used to this. Maybe you're someone that always talk loudly, and they tell you talk softly. Someone like me, thank God for mentorship and leadership and spiritual oversight. Before now, when I'm talking, I used to talk as if I want to fight. It might still sound like that thing is there, but it has been refined to a very large extent. It has been refined. So when I'm talking like it's time. It's war, it's fight. But my leader, my spiritual father, he had to constantly tell me, Debbie, you're a lady, you are a woman. Be soft, be feminine. Gosh, be soft, be feminine. And that's because I used to be a tomboy, right? And I embraced that tomboyness, or because of the kind of environment I was in. I I didn't want to experience abuse and things like that. Seeing the kind of environment I was in, let's not go into that. I had to embrace that identity of a tomboy. So if any guy is trying to do anything, oh, I'm going to give you woto. Right? So that was just the only reason. So, and because I did it for a long time, yeah, it became a part of me. So I'm a tomboy. Even the way I used to walk, sometimes I bounce. People always telling me that, why are you bouncing? You're a lady. Walk like a lady. Take it for my mommy too. My mom, she didn't stop talking. She was always talking. Debbie, walk like a lady. Stand like a lady. You just stand like I'm a man of war. That kind of thing. She kept saying, Debbie, walk like a lady. Stand properly. Stand like a lady. Stop. So she kept saying it. No, but at first I was always angry that what's your own? Is it like what's your business? I was always angry at first, until I began to really see, okay, really, I'm a lady, oh. I'm a beautiful lady. I didn't used to believe I was beautiful before, but let's not go into that. I didn't used to believe I was beautiful before. I didn't used to believe it. I felt everybody were finer than I was. I'm not fine. My fingers are not fine. See my nose, see my eyes. I don't even have eyebrow and stuff like that. I'm of portable height. There were a lot of things I wasn't confident in about myself. But there was a question that I was asked some years back that changed. I can't forget that changed the trajectory of my life. My spiritual father, for those who know him, Apostle Femi Lazarus, yes, he asked me a question one time, I think 2015, 2016, I can't remember when, and he asked me, Debbie, who is the most beautiful woman on earth? Hey. I have a list of them. So person is Nigeria, this person in India. Indian people are very fine. I already have list of them. Korean, I love Korean movies. I love Korean people. I already had lists. I say, oh, this person. I say, oh, this person, or this can be, or this person. This person too is fine. Oh, this person is fine. You look at me and said, that's not the answer to my question. I was like, really? What's the answer? He says, you are the most beautiful woman. I said, really? I'm the most beautiful woman. Oh, jeez. See my joy. So it's like it resets my thing, resets my brain that really I'm beautiful. So many things I'm beautiful. Me too. I'm beautiful. Really, I'm beautiful. So from that moment, I began to accept myself the way I am. That, oh wow, you are beautiful, truly. You to look at me now. How would I be thinking that kind of thing? I'm not beautiful, right? That's the power of programming. Throughout my secondary school, I kept feeling I was not fine, I was not beautiful. They don't even relate with me as the most beautiful girl in the school and things like that. So I felt I wasn't beautiful, and because of that, I couldn't express myself. I couldn't do the things I could do. I could sing, I could write. I wrote a lot of novels when I was young. I could do a lot of things. But whenever they say, come and do this, I will never come. I will never speak up. Why? Because of that lie, that deception that I was working under. Thank God for light. Thank God for leadership. So if you are here, for instance, and you are struggling with identity issues, right? You want to find someone that can speak into your life. And not just that, you need to find God. Because as you find God, you find yourself. As you know God, you begin to know you begin to know who you are. Yes, you begin to know who you are. As you read his word, you begin to know who you are. Oh, really? You will begin to, there's some scriptures that you will read that will just jump at you. That's his purpose beckoning. That is your identity beckoning. I'm a Deborah, my God. Powerful woman. Whoosh. I love my name. Yes. I'm powerful, man. Powerful. I'm a Deborah. Balanced woman. Rounded woman. Rounded. Powerful. So you should consider getting a mentor or a coach, right? That's going to take you through that path of self-discovery. You really need it. Another thing, you want to spend time in God's word and prayer, right? To get to know his heart, his mind towards you, because you're not on earth by chance. No, you are not on earth by chance. There is a reason for your existence. God had a thought before he crafted you and sent you to this earth realm. Yes, there was a purpose, there was an intention, and you can't know it outside of him. You have to spend time with him. You have to spend time with his word. You cannot say you're not doing any of these things and you want to know yourself. You cannot. You will be operating under mismatched identity. So let's move on. I don't want to dwell too much on that. Another thing you want to do in reprogramming your consciousness is to change your environment. If we can get this, my God, your result is going to change. Change your environment. I grew up in an environment where marriages were not working. All I saw from when I was young growing up was husband beating their wife, men cheating, women not being fulfilled, not being happy in their marriage, in their home. That was the kind of thing I saw about marriage growing up, until God had to take me from that environment. For some of you, it was when you got into school, get admission, or you traveled to a particular place for a while, and you saw a new way of doing things. So this thing is possible, this thing exists. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. For someone like me, how God helped me to deal with that. Aside from knowing the word, even if you are eating the word and you are still constantly seeing it, because that's one of the way we take in data, right? We take in data through the things we see. You're always seeing it. You wake up, if you're in an environment, for someone like me, I grew up in an environment where I will hear the man beating the wife. There was always a song. There's a particular house we lived in, that the song we hear almost every night consistently was, "This person, you will kill me today. This person, you will kill me today. You will kill me today. You will kill me today." That was the song the woman always sang. So seeing that kind of thing, there was a time I saw a particular man use pestle, to beat his wife. My God, Kai, to beat his wife, human being, right? So seeing that, I just hated guys. Like, no, I don't think I will ever want to do this. That was my conclusion based on what I saw. But is that God's intended reality? No, we talked about conditioned reality and God's intended reality. But is that really God's intended reality? No. So the fact that some are missing it doesn't mean that they are not people that are getting it. No. There are those whose marriages are doing fine. So seeing that, I hated relationships, I hated guys, I didn't want to marry, just be there, love God, serve God, until God had to take me from that environment and planted me in a different environment where I saw people love their wife. Oh my God. I saw people love their wife, people care for their wife. I saw women, being more than just staying in the kitchen. Wow, I saw women being more. Oh, you can also have dreams, you can also have visions, you can also do things. Really? God had to bring me to another environment, and that began to shape my way of seeing, shape my way of thinking. So I began to really see that, oh, I can also do this. There's also more to me. Oh, really? So see some people's marriages, for instance, my leaders, seeing their marriages, see they love their wife. Man, yeah, I was introduced to a different environment entirely, and this really helped me. So you might need to change your environment. Your environment might be physical, it might be possible to change physically, and it might be mental, right? If you're not able to leave the place you currently are, create your own environment. Create your own. You're not on social media, checking negative things. You stay on it, always watching bad news, always watching scary things. No, you can't be doing that and expect that there will be a change in your program. You can't be doing that. Are we still together? Please let me know if you can still hear me. Please let me know if you can still hear me. I'm not sure I'm seeing our feedbacks again. Please let me know if you can still hear me. Oh, great. Thank you. Yeah, so you have to create your own environment. Create your own environment. For marriage, for instance, get couples who are doing well, who you admire. You admire their marriage. Get them. Stay on those kind of people's pages. Yes. Stay on those kind of people's pages. Stay on those kind of people's pages, not those that some blog that they will be saying this person did this to the husband, did this to the wife. You cannot reprogram your mind. So you have to change your environment, change the kind of things you listen to, change your environment. This is very powerful. If you can get this, oh my, like a larger percent of your life is going to change your environment. So if you're a timid person, for instance, you want to stay around those that are audacious. There's somebody I know that shared a particular time ago that the kind of place he stayed at that time is audacity. We can do this, we can do this. He saw projects being done effortlessly. So growing up seeing that people want to do this, we're not trying to struggle and sweat before you get things done, it programs something into the person such that that I can do spirit, it was engrafted into the person from a young age. So but if you are not privileged to have that kind of experience, maybe you are timid, you don't want to stay around timid people, you have to change your environment. Your environment can also be people, the kind of people you listen to, the kind of friends that you spend time with. I got this jealously. I don't just talk with anybody. Oh my god, I got this I'm intentional about who I relate with. If I speak to you and I see that the kind of things you are saying is going to disrupt my programming, I'll just wrap up the conversation and celebrate you. Oh, thank you. We'll talk it out. Don't worry, we'll talk it out. I will just switch, except if there's an assignment for me to help the person, because that is what I'm called to do, right? Bring you into light, into deliverance. And deliverance is not just for witches and wizards. Sometimes the witches and wizards we are crying for, thinking Adonai is affecting us, it is your mentality, your ideology, your programming. So if God can deliver us, if He can help us with this, my God, you're going to fly. So change your environment. So the third thing you want to do is be intentional about the conscious, because the conscious is what feeds your subconscious. So what are the conscious? What you input, the data you input into your words, the words of people. So when people come and tell you, for instance, when you want to do something or you want to get married and they are saying, it's difficult, marriage is difficult, it's hard, you're going to struggle, you those kind of things, as they are saying it, just be deleting it. No, this has no place here. I think I still did that this week. I was talking with someone, and as the person was talking, I was just saying under my breath, this is not my reality. I was just saying it out loud, so it not look like disrespect to the person. This is not my reality. I just kept confessing it. This is not my reality. This does not stay here. This is not my reality. So I'm not waiting to say, oh, that's true. The moment you begin to think on it, you're already passing that information, is already entering that storage system. It's entering that storage system. It's entering that storage system. So when the guy comes to propose to you and say, oh, I love you, that subconscious, because of what it has stored, it will just bring a replay that, did you know what happened to this person? And that's what some of you experience. That's what some of you experience. You want to do something because you are used to seeing something or hearing something. There will be a replay. Oh, this person did this. Do you remember the story of this man that this thing this year, but he did not succeed at it. He failed, and because of it, you won't do what you're supposed to do again. It is storing. So when if there's some conversation that you might not be able to have control over. That's the truth. Some people you can't tell some of maybe you're speaking to an elderly person. You can't tell them that, hey, that is keep quiet and move. It's disrespectful. So what you can do in that situation, if you cannot excuse yourself, just instantly, as the person is saying his thing, you should be entering your right ear and coming out in the left ear. Right? Yeah. So you have to be it takes intentionality to do this. Intentionality. You have to be intentional about it. Your words. Not just your words, the words that you hear. The words that you hear. Right? Teachings. You have to give yourself to teachings that will help you in the new reality you want to embark on. You have to listen to, I will say. All right, if you can, somebody said it's going to stylishly say it. If you can, and it won't be disrespectful, yes, you can. Just with wisdom, excuse yourself. Yes, I celebrate you. I thank you. Oh, I honor you, but I have to leave. Right? Yeah. So if you can do it, fine. So teachings. Listen to teachings in that light. Listen to teachings in that light. Listen to messages. Watch videos. Read books. Those are inputs. Read books. That's you being intentional about your conscious that feeds your subconscious. Yes. Pictures that you see, stories that you hear, and stories you sell to yourself. I remember there's sometimes that maybe I'm supposed to minister somewhere and I'm really feeling nervous. That's the truth. For instance, yesterday, right, in my husband's ministry, we were supposed to have a service and I was supposed to take the service. I was supposed to minister. Oh my God, I was feeling so nervous. I was feeling so anxious, like, God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Am I going to do this? It happens sometimes. Yes, that sometimes I just come out boldly, like, wow, I'm born for this. But the moments where we don't really feel that Jim. So I was just like, can this cup just pass over me? Can this cup just pass over me? I don't really want to do this. But as I stayed there, one time my husband was telling me since morning that you are born for this. He didn't even bother consoling me or encouraging me, just left me. You are born for it, just go and do it. Right? So as I just stayed inside, I had to just plug in a music and a sound by my sister, Jagomolo, something like that, And as I was listening to it, oh my God, I was just being conscious. The consciousness of God was just, it's like it was dawning on me again. Oh, I know my Father is. Oh, I know my Father is my God. My Father is the Lion and the Lamb. And as I meditated on those things, I was tired bodily also, right? I was also bodily tired. So as I just went out, stepped the pulpit, took the mic, my God, it was like a strength. Yeah, it was like a strength came from nowhere, and I just began to release. Oh my God, it was a great time yesterday. It was a really great time. Yeah, it was a really great time. So, but that would not have been possible if I didn't. I had to just soak in life, soak in life. This world is full of so much death. The world is full of so much death in the media, in the society, everywhere. Sometimes you are inside you are taking a ride, and the things you are hearing, my God, there's so much death that the world system is pushing out into people. So you have to guard this thing jealously, intentionally. The same way I strongly believe I can't die by accident. I can't be walking on the road and car will hit me. Oh no, it's not my conscience, because I strongly believe that God is with me and I'm heavily guarded. Angels are on standby. My God, I've seen this over and again. Angels are on standby. So that's the consciousness I work with. That's the consciousness I live with. I can't die anyhow. I cannot. I cannot. I can't die young. In my lineage, we don't die young. I hear about someone that passed away or something happened to, my God, I'm compassionate, and I empathize with them. But I also remind myself that it can't happen to me. Oh, it cannot. It's a programming. I've done it. I've eaten this again and again and again. So even when there are contrary realities, even when something opposite is seemingly happen, it doesn't change that my conviction. I cannot. I can't be small. Can you say your own? You're saying, say your own. I can't be small. I'm not limited. I walk in possibilities. I'm blessed. My God, I live a fulfilling life. I live a peaceful life. Can you say your own? I live a peaceful life. I enjoy my marriage. I live a purposeful life. Oh my God, many lives are God is happy about my existence. Not just because I'm his child, but because I am contributing to his agenda. I'm not just a beneficiary of the graces of God. I'm a functionary. Glory to God. I'm free. Yes. Declare yours. I can't die young. I cannot. I cannot. My God. I fulfill destiny in grand style. In grand style. I'm not blinded by situations around me. I recognize, I refine, and release the solutions inside of me. I'm a solution. I'm a light. I'm a light. Yes. I can't be less of who God made me. Yes. You can't be. I walk in the consciousness of my Father with me. Yes. I live a peaceful life. Yes. Come on, can you keep it coming? Keep declaring it. Keep declaring it. Keep declaring it. My God, keep declaring it. Woo. Yes, keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming. Yes, I fulfill destiny in grand style. I cannot be small. It's too late. 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 I think the right things. I see the right things. I speak the right things. I speak the right things. I'm a creator. Oh my God, I'm a creator. I'm a creator. I create the life that God has intended for me with my mouth. So create, speak words. I'm a creator. Glory to God. Yeah. So it's not a service, it's a coaching session. Yeah. So, but it's as spiritual undertone. So I believe you have learned one or two things today. Can you just share briefly what you are going home with tonight? What will you be doing differently from henceforth? Yes, I'm a woman full of God. My God. Oh, I love it. I love it. So can you just share, what you'll be doing different? What are you going back with today? And this video is going to be available online, so you can come back to listen again and again and again. It is just important that we reprogram ourselves for the coming days. It is important. that we reprogram ourselves, because there are some things that have to die. We have to let them go so we can step into our destiny, the fullness. It's one thing for you to fulfill your destiny, it's another thing to do it in the fullness, in the entirety that God intended. That's another thing. Yes, that's another thing. So this is a very major year, and we are intentional about what we are doing. In Global Light, this meeting, this session that is sponsored by Global Light Company, and this is what we are passionate about: transforming the society, transforming systems by transforming individuals, because we strongly believe that when every individual are transformed, the ripple effect will be seen not just in their lives, but in the society, in companies, in families, in different sectors, in different fields. Yes. So a transformed individual is it equates we can say that it equates to a transformed society, a transformed nation, a transformed husband, a transformed man, a transformed wife, a transformed child. Yes. So we are intentional about equipping men with light, empowering them with light, so they can walk in the fullness of their God-given destiny. So I want you to just share with us in the comment section, even as we wrap up today. It's 1 hour already, and we have to go now. So can you share what you are going back? What are you going to be? What stood out for you today? Let me know in the comment section. What stood out for you today? I've said a lot of things. So yeah, this is a bonus to what I've said on reprogramming your consciousness. So the last thing that you should do is a bonus. It's a bonus. So having um made the decision, change your environment, being intentional about your conscious, what you take in. Another thing you want to do is repeat the process. Maybe you're expecting something big, something, just repeat it has to be continual. It has to be continual. Not that you do it for a day, for a week, and that's the end of it. This is something that you are used to. Some people, the mindset they're working with has been built for 20 years, some 10 years, some just a few months, right? So you keep repeating it again and again and again. So Priscilla is saying that she will not procrastinate and will start taking action from now on, starting from this night. Love it. I'm glad to see that the change I desire is going to cost me a lot. Yes, from Janet, it's going to cost you. Yes, she said she will also be aware. There's a need for awareness of who she is. Yes, and you get that by spending time with God. Awesome. Thank you for the feedback. Emmanuel is saying that he has learned a lot. Thank God for that. How that he should first believe that all things should be perfectly good for us. Yes, as children of God, our mind should be programmed and surrounded with possibilities and positivity. Yes. So you have to know where you are from. Yes, you have to know first of all, knowing who you are and where you are from. I've been saying this: where we are from, there is no scarcity. God is a God of abundance. He wants to give us nations. He's a God of abundance. It's surplus, it's excess. John chapter 1, verse 16 says, "And of his fullness have we received." We all have received grace upon grace, spiritual blessing upon spiritual blessing, favor upon favor, gifts heaped upon gifts. That's amplified version. Gifts heaped upon gifts. That is, gifts heap. Though it is full already, it's like it's already there is no space. But God still bringing extra gifts and adding to it again. So you feel that there is not like what we call blessing that there is no room to contain. That's just it. You feel that there's no room again, and God is saying, "I'm giving you more." Hey, so you have to create more room and say, "I have to create more room. I have to create more room." Gifts upon gifts. So you want to meditate on that scripture, John chapter 1, verse 16, amplified version. There is abundance where you are from. So it is from that place that God blesses us. So you're not feeling that, "Oh, I'm going to be up today and down tomorrow." No, it's a consistent flow. It's a consistent flow. I can't be wise today and foolish tomorrow. No, because God is a constant source of wisdom. So people are always amazed at, what wisdom is this? Okay, yesterday they see you do something and they're like, "Wow." Tomorrow they see something, "Wow, how are you doing it?" Is a surplus supply. Yeah, there is surplus supply where we are from. Yes, surplus. So when you know your creator, and when you know what is obtainable, what is possible in that realm, in that kingdom, in that family, in what you desire, what you expect, and what you go for is going to change. It's going to change. So someone is saying that okay, I am leaving the known for the new. Yes, I love it. Leaving the known for the new. Someone is saying we do not focus on things that are physical. We have been settled already. Yes. So we should not involve ourselves, very important, in bad and negative talks around. Very, very, we have to guard it, be intentional about it. Someone else is saying, Victoria is saying that I learned that your mind should not control what you are thinking. Yes, but you control your mindset by rebuking negativity and not allowing negativity to sink in you. Another thing you want to do aside from rebuking is to speak the right thing, speak the word. For someone that has been battling with I don't know the thought I should call it, maybe thought of death, for instance, you can't just say I rebuke you death. That's not alone. Oh, I'm satisfied with life, with long life as it satisfied me, with long life as it satisfied me, right? So you speak your reality, speak your reality. Someone is saying that a change of environment too, yeah, is very important. If you're not able to leave your physical, create yours. There was a time I went to visit a particular family, and the area they are living, honestly speaking, it is not really so um it's not really so what's the word, developed. But when you enter their house from their sitting room, it's a different world entirely. I was just like, this kind of place. But I looked outside the compound and this kind of environment. But inside the house, my God, it's a different world entirely. Beautiful, a different world entirely. Yes. So that's just an example. So guard your hearts and your mind with all diligence. Very important. You are what nation need. Yes, Bajogu is saying that. There is something God has given to you that nations, they are going to reach out, they will be running after you like this to drink from. Yes. I'm so glad we learned a lot tonight. I don't know if there's anyone that have any question. I don't know if there's anyone that have any question. I believe you've learned a lot. You're going back with a lot tonight. If you have any question, um you can just let us know as we go. I can just spare 3 minutes to take one or two questions. So I have addressed some of the questions that were in the, for those who submitted their form, who filled the form. I believe I've addressed some of the questions. Yes, I believe I have. Yes, I believe I have. So, any question before we call it a night? Thank you all for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the energy. I love it. So glad to see us on the call tonight. So glad. I'm glad that you got, you know, light in this session. So glad. All right. It seems there is no question. We're going to be calling it a night. Thank you for being a part of Reprogramming Your Consciousness, sponsored by or organized by Global Light Company. We have our community, Global Light Hub. We are the intentional company. And you want to be a part of us, I think you can reach out, check my Instagram. I believe you can reach out, check our Instagram page. I have my link in my bio. I'm the Deborah Adetunji. You want to look it up on Instagram. If you are yet to subscribe to the YouTube channel, please do so. And like I also announced, next month we are having a disruptive conversation. My God, a disruptive conversation. So just be on the lookout for it. The flyer is going to be out in due time. You're going to see it. I'm going to have a great time together also. Thank you. You want to recommend this video also to your friends. Maybe there are those who you feel they need to hear this, right? So you can share the link with them, and they will appreciate you for it. Yes. Does thinking bad thoughts in a situation when we can't control it, does it make us a bad person? No. No, it doesn't. Or is it a question? Does thinking bad thoughts in a situation when we can't control it, does it make us a bad person? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You are not a bad person. You're just sowing a wrong seed inside of you that you need to address. I call it virus. Yeah, I call it virus. So when somebody is affected with a virus, for instance, I don't know which, I'm not a medical practitioner. Sometimes some people have maybe a flu or something. It's a stranger. So, but do you kill the person because of the flu? No, you treat it, and that's it. So when there are thoughts, it's not possible for you to not control it. So you don't fight thought with thought. You fight thought with words. You fight thought with words. So when you don't speak, when you just keep quiet when those thoughts come, the voice will become louder in your heart. But as you begin to speak, it will begin to weaken the voice the intensity and the power of those thoughts in your heart. So you fight thoughts with words, not with your thoughts. So don't stay in that mental realm. The devil is going to defeat you there. Take him to your own realm, the speaking realm. Because we are told in 2 Corinthians 4:13, we having the same spirit of faith, we believe and therefore we speak. So you take the devil to your own realm. Don't stay in his realm. Take him to your own realm of creation, my God, showing him what is up to you to live. Do you see that? You have to say yes. Great.